We all want to be the chosen one, not in some vague spiritual sense. I mean, we want to be the one, the most powerful person in the room, the one everyone loves, the one everyone looks up to, the one whose name means something. When we picture the chosen one, we think of fiction. Neo waking up from the Matrix, some mystical figure who was born different. But is it actually possible to become that? Or is the chosen one just another lie we've been sold? Most people assume they're disqualified from the start. They look at LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo, Tiger Woods, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and think, that's the chosen one. Someone who made it. Someone the world selected. But notice what you're really saying when you think that. You're defining the chosen one by the system's standards. And the system has trained you, since birth, to believe that power requires money, that status requires wealth, that to matter, you must first accumulate. Tony Montana told Manny in Scarface, first you get the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. But why? Why is that the order of operations? Because that's how this particular game is rigged. You don't have a realistic shot at the kind of money that actually moves power in this system. I'm talking billions, not millions, billions. And that's exactly how they keep you chained. Because even if you destroy yourself working and somehow hit 1 million or 10 million, it will never be enough to reach chosen one status. Not in their game, but they'll let you keep believing it's possible. They'll dangle the carrot forever. They'll keep you running. That's the first trap, the money trap. The second trap is older, maybe the oldest. The idea that you're the chosen one because of where you were born, what family, what bloodline, what religion, that God or history or destiny already picked your people, and all you have to do is belong. You're born into a family. They hand you a belief system before you can even walk. They tell you your tribe is special, chosen by God, chosen by prophecy, and everyone outside is lost, damned, less than. But think about this for a second. Every tribe says this. Every religion claims to be the one. Every bloodline thinks it's special. They can't all be right. So either one group got lucky and happened to be born into the single correct truth in all of human history. Or maybe, just maybe, this is a story every group tells itself to feel superior. Which sounds more likely to you? And think about what that belief actually does to a person. If you're already chosen by birth, why seek anything? Why question? Why grow? Why pursue truth? You've already got the answer. You're in the club. So you stop. You stop looking because you think you've already arrived. That's not the chosen one. That's someone who traded their potential for a membership card their parents handed them. The real chosen one isn't born into it. The real chosen one becomes. And you can't become anything if you think the work is already done. The third trap is what the system turns you into if you actually make it. Look at who we call the chosen ones. Really look at them. They're rich, they're powerful, they're famous, and they are always performing. Every interview, every photo, every public moment, the mask never comes off. They're not even real to themselves anymore. They've become the character so completely that there's no one left underneath. And here's the thing about masks. They can be ripped off. Tiger Woods had everything. Money, fame, championships. The world called him the chosen one. Then his personal life exploded, and when the mask came off, he was never the same. How is that possible? He still had the money, he still had the records, but without the mask, he was just a man, and a broken one at that. The chosen one status evaporated overnight because it was never real. It was a performance the world agreed to believe in. That's not power. That's a hostage situation with better lighting. The trap gets set early. Think about what you wanted to be when you were a kid. Go find your elementary school yearbook. Look at what everyone wrote. Athlete, rapper, lawyer, doctor, president. The same answers over and over in every school, in every city. You think that's coincidence? That's not kids dreaming. That's programming. We're handed a menu of acceptable characters before we even understand what a character is. And then we spend our whole lives auditioning for roles that were written by someone else. So we grow up competing with each other, fighting for the same parts, believing that if we just work hard enough, we can become the chosen one, never realizing the game is designed so that we can't. The roles are already cast. We're just the extras who think we're the leads. You want to actually become the chosen one? You have to change games entirely. First step, take off the clown suit. I'm serious. That's what most of us are wearing. A clown suit. Performing for laughs we don't even want. Seeking approval from people we don't even respect. The clown is never taken seriously. Never truly respected. The clown exists to entertain others. And when the show ends, he goes home alone and washes off the makeup and stares at a face he barely recognizes. That's most people's lives. Performing at work, performing at family gatherings, performing on social media, performing in relationships. Constant, exhausting performance. All in the hope that someone will finally look at them and say, "You're the one." But here's the paradox. To become the chosen one, you have to become nobody. Not nobody in the sense of giving up and doing nothing. Nobody in the sense of no longer needing to be somebody. No longer performing. No longer seeking validation. No longer requiring an audience to feel real. You keep working, improving, and building, but you do it for yourself, with no ulterior motive, no fantasy of being discovered, no hope that this will finally be the thing that makes people see you. Just you doing the work, because the work is yours. The key to becoming the chosen one is to stop chasing it. The only person worthy of being chosen is the one who stopped asking to be chosen. How else could it possibly work? Anyone still seeking it is still performing, still wearing the mask, still playing the game that was designed to keep them running forever. Look at the richest man on the planet right now. Is he the chosen one? He spends every day posting for attention, trying to be funny, trying to be liked, trying to prove he's not just some weird rich guy. And no matter how many rockets he launches or companies he buys, the world still looks at him and sees someone who's trying way too hard. Someone who can't stand silence. Someone who would fall apart without the audience. That's not the chosen one. That's the richest clown in history. And that should terrify you. Because if the man with more money than anyone else on earth is still performing, still seeking approval, still desperate to be seen as cool, then what exactly is the finish line? What amount of money finally sets you free? What level of success finally makes you the chosen one? There isn't one. That's the trap. The game promises that if you just get enough, you'll arrive. But arrival doesn't exist. The people at the top are just as hungry as everyone else. They're competing with each other for status, for legacy, for history's approval. The scoreboard just has more zeros on it. Someone will say competition is natural, survival of the fittest, evolution. A lion competes to be king of the pride. True, but watch what the lion does after it wins. It stops, it rules, it rests. It doesn't spend every day trying to prove it's still the king. It doesn't perform for the other lions. It doesn't worry about its legacy or how it will be remembered. It doesn't keep competing after the competition is over. When a challenger comes, it fights. Until then, it sleeps in the sun. Now look at us. We never stop. Even after we win, we keep competing, keep performing, keep chasing the next thing. The CEO who made it still needs more. The billionaire with everything still posts for attention. The champion with all the titles still can't sit still. That's not survival of the fittest. That's addiction dressed up as ambition. Natural competition has an endpoint. You win or you lose, and then it's done. The competition we've been enrolled in never ends. It's designed that way because if you ever felt like you'd arrived, you'd stop running, you'd stop producing, and you'd stop being useful. That's not nature, that's engineering. Nassim Taleb recently tweeted, "If you feel that you are in competition with anyone for anything, you are a loser." That's not an insult, that's a diagnosis. We've been conditioned since childhood to believe that competition is noble, that winners are virtuous and losers deserve their fate, that if you're not fighting to be the best, you're a coward. We internalize it so deeply that we can't even imagine another way to live. But competition is just performance with a scoreboard, and the scoreboard never stops. That's the real horror. There's no group of elites who escape the game and are laughing at the rest of us. They're trapped too. The billionaire is competing with other billionaires. The CEO is competing with other CEOs. Everyone is performing for everyone else, all the way up. Nobody is free. The game doesn't have a winner. It only has players who haven't quit yet. Aren't you tired? Tired of the clown suit? Tired of the performance? Tired of the endless competition for prizes that don't actually satisfy? Tired of trying to be chosen by people who will never choose you because they're too busy trying to be chosen themselves? The system is a hall of mirrors, everyone looking at everyone else, trying to figure out what to want, how to act, who to be. And at the center of it all, nothing, just reflections of reflections, all the way down. The only escape is to stop looking, stop performing, stop competing, and stop waiting to be chosen. Choose yourself. That's it. That's the whole secret. The chosen one is whoever has the clarity and the courage to opt out of the game entirely, to take off the costume, burn the mask, walk away from the circus, and finally, for the first time, exist without an audience. Now, someone might read all this and think, that sounds selfish. Just focus on yourself. Stop caring what others think. What about helping people? What about making a difference? I get why it sounds that way, but think about it. How can you help someone escape a trap you're still caught in? How can you show someone the way out when you're still lost? How can you tell someone to stop performing when you're still wearing the mask? You can't. It's like they tell you on the airplane, put your own oxygen mask on first, not because you don't care about the person next to you, because if you pass out, you're useless to everyone. This isn't about forgetting others. This isn't about narcissism dressed up as enlightenment. It's about becoming someone who can actually help. And the only way to do that is to get free yourself first. The real chosen one isn't the one who hoards the truth. The real chosen one is the one who escapes and then turns around and helps others see what he sees. Not from a place of ego, not from a place of I'm special and you're not, from a place of I found the door. Let me show you where it is. That's the difference between a guru and a guide. The guru needs followers. The guide just points and keeps walking. You maximize yourself not to be above others, but to be useful to them. You escape the game not to abandon everyone still playing, but to prove that escape is possible. The moment you do that, you stop being a character in someone else's story. You become the author of your own. It won't feel like winning. There's no trophy, no applause, no moment where the world finally recognizes what you've become. You just wake up one day and realize you're not tired anymore. You're not performing. You're not hungry for something you can't name. You're just here, present, alive, free. That's the chosen one. Not the one the world chose. The one who stopped waiting to be chosen. Stay zero. Gnosis.